Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a video here on Microsoft. They had a great day on Friday, hit a 52-week high, and so hadn't talked about them for a while. I hold a couple shares in my retirement, and as you can see, a partial share here in Robinhood. But this is Microsoft. Ticker is MSFT. You can see what it's done here over the last year, so it's had a great run up over 61%, almost doubling in price here in the last 3 months, up over 14%, so still doing great. In the last week, it's up over 11%, had a nice jump here on August 26th, but almost $20. In the last week, up over 1.74%, and here's a look on Friday, so it's green on all of them. May as well look at the 5-year, that's just amazing, up over 467%, so should have bought a bunch back then. Be a nice investment. Here's a look at what it did on Friday. I have a partial share here, as you can see. I bought this back when Robinhood started their partial share. I should have kept thrown money into it, but didn't, so I kind of did it for a purpose of the channel to show if you don't have $343, you can buy a partial share here. I believe you can do that on Fidelity as well. I don't think you can on TD Ameritrade, but here's my cost basis when I bought in. I'll show you where I bought. Here's a dividend, so it looks like you get 10 cents. Amount per share is 62 cents, so partial of that is a dime, so nothing to brag about, but it's better than nothing. Here's a look at what Microsoft is. Been around since 1975, average volume of 20 million, a $2.58 trillion market cap, just amazing. I didn't think they were that big until I looked at it, so I think Tesla's 1 billion, this is like 1.5 times that, or 2.5, so a 52-week low of 208.16 and a high of 345.10, which was hit on Friday. So, and great ratings on this one, 89% buy on that one, so can't beat that. Pentagon seeks bids. This is what we're going to look at, so that's kind of funny. The Jedi. And Bing is showing this one as a buy, so you can't go wrong with Microsoft. DOD sends solicitations for a JWCC contract to AWS, Microsoft, Google, and Oracle. I have Amazon, Microsoft, I have a little bit of Google, don't have any Oracle, so that would be a nice addition to some of these power plays. The U.S. Defense Department has issued formal solicitations to Amazon.com, AMZN, Microsoft, Alphabet, Google, and Oracle. The contract is a multi-billion-dollar project replacing the ill-fated Jedi Cloud contract. The decision represents a change from the DOD's initial plans for the contract after several months of market research. In July, when the DOD scrapped the Joint Enterprise Defense Infrastructure contract, it only considered AWS and Microsoft as a technically proficient at meeting their needs. And I got some other information here. It's kind of the same. Microsoft stock underperforms Friday when compared to competitors despite daily gains. But still, it's kind of a weird article, but they still hit a 52-week high, so shares of Microsoft inch 0.54% higher to $343.11 Friday on what proved to be an around poor trading session for the stock market, with the S&P index falling 0.14% to 4,697.96. Dow Jones Industrial Averaging falling 0.75% to 35,601.98. The stock's second consecutive day gains. Microsoft hit a 52-week high, surpassing its previous peak of $342.45, which the company achieved on November 18th. Stock demonstrated a mixed performance when compared to some of its competitors Friday. Apple rose, Alphabet was up, and a lot of the big tech fangs were up, so it's always good to see. Here's just some more information. Here's a look at the Pentagon. If you've ever been to the Pentagon, go ahead and list that in the comments. It's kind of interesting layout building, pretty good size. But again, they invite Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Oracle to bid for the JWCC cloud program. So we'll see which one wins that, and that should be a pretty big contract. So the defense infrastructure JEDI would have been worth up to $10 billion over 10 years. It was scrapped this past July in favor of the current JWCC program. And so we'll see which one cuts their price and gets in on some of that action. That should definitely boost the stock price. So maybe this is another reason why Amazon, Microsoft, and Google was up. I just did a video on Amazon and Google. I don't think I've ever looked at Oracle. I don't have any shares of Oracle. So over here to Reddit, if you put 3K into Apple, Microsoft, or Facebook, which would you choose? Well, that's a tough decision. I would say probably Apple. I don't know, you can leave that in the comments. If you could put 3,000 into Apple, Microsoft, or Facebook, which would you choose? I would definitely pick Apple, so that's probably my biggest holding is Apple. Then probably Microsoft, then Facebook. I have them all, but for the first time in 2 decades, Google has higher PE ratio than Apple and Microsoft, and America's most valuable brand over Apple. What if Bill Gates kept his Microsoft shares? Currently at 343.11 here on StockTwits, a low of $208.16, high of $338.79. $2.52 trillion market cap and 21.96 million volume. And see if there's any juicy details here that we can find. It was analyzed by 48 analysts. The buy consensus is at 87%. So it's got great ratings. Calls would be interesting. Might be kind of expensive, but it would be an interesting play. Over here on tip ranks, strong buy out of 22 ratings, 21 is showing a buy, 1 at a hold with a 7.23% upside to $367.90, high of 407, low of 320. So can't beat that. But if you have any of Microsoft, you can go ahead and leave that in the comments along with your cost basis, how many shares you have, and any other information you have on Microsoft. And if you haven't smashed the like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.